Welcome to another video, and today we are going to continue with method of cooking, and we are going to focus on baking today. So let's go. So these are some of the objectives that we can cover when you're talking about baking. Define the term eat, outline at least 4 reasons for baking food, define the term baking, discuss 4 advantages and 4 disadvantages of baking, explain at least 3 rules to ensure success in baking. State at least 3 tools and equipment used in baking. State 3 suitable products for baking. So my first question, what is eat? I know you can answer, but let's go. Eat is a form of energy that is used to cook food, right? All methods of cooking require heat, which must be transferred from its source to the food through the food. All right, let's talk about baking now. So in this method, the food gets cooked in an oven or oven-like appliance by dry heat. The temperature range maintained in an oven is 120 degrees Celsius to 220 degrees Celsius. The oven has to be heated slightly more than the required temperature before placing in it. What we mean by that? So when you're going to bake, you have to preheat the oven, right? But you don't have to put it at the correct temperature yet. All you need to do is preheat the oven. When you put the food inside the oven now, or the item inside the oven, then you set it at the correct temperature. Good? So food prepared by baking should be like custards, pies, biscuits, pizza, bun, bread, and the list goes on. We're going to talk about more. We are going to talk more about that. Let's talk about the advantages of baking. Can anybody tell me some advantages of baking? I know you have the answers, so you can comment below. All right, so let's go. 1, food cooked using this method add a variety to the texture to your plate. Baking leads to a unique flavor to food. Food become light and fluffy. Example, those cakes and those bread and those custard. Certain food can be baked only by this method. So when you're baking cake and you're baking bread, you have to use the baking method. Uniform and bulk cooking can be achieved. Example, bread and bun. Variety of dishes can be prepared. Let's talk about the disadvantage now. Timing must be accurate to avoid spoiled product. Special equipment like an oven is required, right? Baking skills are necessary to obtain a product with the ideal texture, flavor, and color. And these are some simple items that we can bake. So we talk about cookies. We can bake breads. These are some custards, cookies as well, cinnamon roll, muffins, pizza, baked fish, baked chicken, and the list goes on. So these are some rules, right, to ensure success when we are talking about baking. 1, preheat oven before use. This is particularly important when raising agents are used. 2, make sure of the varying temperature at the different level in the oven to make more than one product. Be careful. Pay careful attention to accurate temperature and time for baked products. So when you put the products in the oven, you have to time yourself and time the product that you actually put in the oven, right? So you keep a record of time. Do not open oven too often, as cold draft enter and reduce temperature. So when you're baking and you put your product in the oven, You have to leave it for a while, because if you open the oven, then hot air is going to go in, cool air is going to go into the hot oven, all right? And cause your cake to have fault. Test for doneness before removing from the oven. And these are some basic tools that we need when you're baking. Can you identify any of them? I can identify one, maybe a whisk. I know you can. So comment below of all those baking tools for me. Look at this chart. Tell me if it's any tool that you are familiar with. I see a rolling pin. I see a scale. What else do you see? I see a rubber spatula. I see a pastry brush. So comment below all of the tools and equipment that can be used when we are talking about baking. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you like, share, and subscribe. Bye.